one of the interesting things, which was a cool comment, using the EVP 2 to 3 times a day, 2 scoops, which is just a little bit more than the recommended serving size, but enough, it kept me full.
Well, that was because we didn't have Cell-Chem yet.
Yes.
So you were using a pre-workout that was actually used before and after, because the post-workout recovery wasn't completed yet.
Yeah.
So we used it because when you're on low carbs, and even though I mean he says ketosis, but it's not really ketosis. It's almost there. You know, we would sometimes go down as low as like 100 grams of carbs, at 7,500 grams, and then back up. But what would happen is that powder would help keep the fullness.
Okay.
So you'd feel like you're doing maybe 200 grams of carbs, and that's why. So you're maximizing fat burning, but you're not flattening out. And you're still strong, and you're still getting a pump. Because a lot of people, when they drop their carbs, they lose the pump and they lose their strength, and then all of a sudden you're losing muscle fullness. And then you go, God, you know what's going on? You know, I'm leaner, but I'm getting smaller. So you want to get leaner and stay full.
Yeah.
And that's the key, and that's why we created the Etogen products.
But I think it's really neat, not to interrupt you, but because I had a couple of people comment on me, they say, you know, how many carbs you're doing, how much cardio you're doing, and we were working really hard with the cardio, and I never got that flat, deflated look that I had in the past. And so even though I was feeling it, and I would come to the gym without the use of stimulants pre-workout, which was hard for me because I was a stimulant junkie, that was a big change. And I had my EVP, you know, I swear to God, because I kept that full feeling, even though my brain was tired, I could push hard in the gym, and the muscle contraction was still there. Even though I didn't think it would be, when I pushed, I had the power inside the muscles, and the pumps were unbelievable, even through. And I think it was in part the creatines and the the glutamines and the arginines, but I also think it was the solubility, and I think that's the difference with the EVP and the Cell-Chem, is the speed of absorption. It goes in, so you don't necessarily need that carbohydrate spike, but an insulin spike to get into your muscle cells so you can feel that fullness, because it's so soluble.
Because a lot of other companies use a lot of carbohydrates to get the insulin spike, which helps get the ingredients in, but what it does is also kills fat burning. So when you're trying to get ready for a show, you do not want to stop fat burning. So whether you're dieting to try to look good, or if you're dieting for a show, which is even more important because then you're getting on stage and you don't want to look bad. You got to be stage ready. So at that point, you want to make sure you maximize fat burning, but you want to maximize fullness.
Is that where the thermogenics also come in?
Well, you're right. The thermogenics, the reason why I don't believe in thermogenics before workout is because they tend to flatten you out, because it's a vasoconstrictor going along with the vasodilator, which are like the nitric oxides. You don't
work against each other, right?
Exactly. And so you want to use the fat burner in the morning when you do cardio, and not during the workout. But during the workout, you do something to fill you up, and that's what everybody falls in the problem. They take these really high caffeinated, high potency stimulants, and they feel like they're tweaking. But the problem is, it's almost like a pseudo good workout. You feel like you got a lot of energy, but it's not actually going to make you any bigger or any stronger. You just feel like it. It's almost like you're drinking, and then all of a sudden you think you're better looking. You're all of a sudden, you're like, all of a sudden you had a couple shots of tequila, and you feel like I'm stronger.
Yeah, rich and beautiful.
I'm rich, I'm stronger, and I'm beautiful, right? And then all of a sudden you wake up the next morning, and you're like, oh, I'm not so rich, I'm not so beautiful. Yeah. So, anyways, I mean, we joke around with it, but it really makes a big difference. And especially so many products have so much stimulants in them. It also fries your adrenals. So when you're taking the fat burners, it actually minimizes the effects of the fat burner, because you've been taking it all during your pre-workouts for the last off season. So now the fat burner doesn't want to work because it's not fresh. Your body's getting hammered with it every workout.
So you're getting used to it.
Your body's already used to it. So, and that's kind of why everything, my philosophy, whether it's training, dieting, supplementation, everything revolves around trying to stay as full as possible, but getting as ripped as possible. Yeah. So that's why everything works, cyclically, and it works holistically within all of those realms: training, nutrition, supplementation.
Okay. What do you think about, as far as training-wise, staying heavy?
I think it's very important.
Heavy and muscle building zone?
Yeah, muscle building zone, but obviously I also, I don't know if you're familiar with my training system, my AFSC7, but it's using high volume with heavyweight. So doing, the 7 sets, or between 5 to 7 sets with heavyweight, 8 to 10 reps with heavyweight, so that you're hitting both types of muscle fibers. Okay. So people who tend to lighten up and go too many reps, all they do is get smaller. Yeah. So, and most people have to do that at least once to learn the hard way.
So wrap up, go heavy and high volume.
Yes, heavy.
Like 20, 30 reps.
No. High volume meaning multiple sets, not number of reps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like what we did for shoulders this year.
So you want to stay muscle building.
Right. 8 to 10 reps, but multiple sets. And not doing that with every exercise, but doing it with key exercises.
like the core exercises mainly?
No,
right?
not really core exercises. Using it for different exercises, like for example, for shoulders, it would be doing it for like lateral raises. You know, stuff that's going to be isolated exercises.
Okay.
You know, EVP is pre, cell chem is the post, and they're made to be taken together. You can take either before or after, and then also the post. A lot of the pro bodybuilders that are taking it, or top national level bodybuilders that are taking it, will take it also in the evening time to stay full. So when they're sleeping, you wake up full and not flat. So when you're going into the workout for the next day, you're even stronger and fuller. And again, there's no carbs in it. So if you want carbs, you can always add some carbs to it. If you're on a budget, you can add dextrose. If you're on something, you know, if you want to take something that's a little more complex, you can take something, you know, like you have Vitargo. You have a lot of different types of, you know, complex carbohydrates that work really well, but just depending on your budget. But I focus on the amino acids because those are so expensive, and especially the high quality ones. Carbohydrates are cheap, and sometimes you need them, sometimes you don't. You can always add them to it if you're in the off season trying to bulk. But if you're dieting down, you want to lean out while holding your size, EVP for pre, and then you do cell chem for post.
The cool things I found about the cell chem is because I do my legs on Sundays, and I do them about 12:31 in the afternoon. Well, when I wake up, I have clients in the morning before then, and I wake up and I have my meals, but I sometimes have a hard time getting the hydration before I train. So I feel that my muscles don't quite fire right, or I feel a little dry in the joints. With the EVP, I mean the cell chem, I've been using it now early in the morning, first thing, because of the electrolytes that are in there too. I feel rehydrated right early in the day. So I feel really good by the time I get ready to start training. I actually feel good already.
It's more like, we like to call it like anabolic Kool-Aid, because a lot of people drink it like, they'll put like, instead of Crystal Light, you put 1 scoop in water and just sip on it all throughout the day. And then all of a sudden you go, God, why is my weight not coming down but I'm getting leaner? And it's because it's rebuilding muscle tissue that's been strained through workouts.
Can you take it, say, before bed? Like, instead of taking a protein powder, take it before
Exactly.
bed?
That's where it's, like, it works the best after workout number 1, before bed number 2, and then number 3, right when you get up in the morning, like before you even have a meal, just put a scoop in there, drink flavor your water.
That's exactly why I do it in the mornings.
You know, but I mean, I've got some guys who do it in between meals because they just like the taste of it, so they just kind of use it. And being that it's a little bit less expensive than the EVP, it also helps with, you know, detoxifying your body with resveratrol, vitamin C. It's got a lot of antioxidants in there too, and that's why, you know, we were able to make a better recovery formula and then a better pre. So we split the two, because originally it used to be one formula, and then that's why we pulled it. And it actually tastes. I mean, a lot of people like it.
Post-workout tastes a lot better.
Yeah.
The pre-workout is really effective and it tastes as good. Yeah, the post-workout actually tastes really refreshing.
Yeah, it's fruit punch. So I mean, I like it. Yeah. But like I said, if you have any questions or anything on the product, I know he's got 4 more left in stock. Otherwise, you can get more information on evagennutrition.com. And you know, I'm glad you guys came by, man. Really, you know.
Hey, thanks for talking.
Check out Evagen on Facebook now, Hany, right? Huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's viral.
Yeah,
man.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, bro.
Yeah, thank you so much.